Hello there, it's Mr. Flanagan back again to talk about writing names. Oh, you don't want to see two of them at the same time. Got all my secret stuff hidden off camera here. Writing names of ionic compounds from formulas, part 2. And remember, you are going to need that periodic table of ions to help you through this. Okay, so here's where we left off with this little problem right here. So here it is, good old FeBr3. Now, I know when I look at my periodic table of ions that Br is a minus and it's called bromide. No problem with that. But here's the deal, and this is something that you're going to run into again and again with ionic compounds. Sometimes iron is a 3+, it's called iron 3. Sometimes it's a 2+, it's called iron 2. Let's zoom in a little so you can see that. See, look at that naughty old iron right there. So here's my question. Which iron is it? Is it the iron that's the 3+, or is it the iron that's the 2+? And that's where you have to do a little bit of detective work. So there are 3 Brs. Each Br is a minus. So basically, I've got a little 3- action going on this side, total. That means this Fe has to be the 3+ Fe, because then the 3+s would balance the 3-. And remember, all ionic compounds are neutral. So this has to be iron 3 bromide. And if you're saying, Mr. Flanagan, how come you knew to write iron 3? Well, that's easy. I looked at the periodic table of ions and it told me that iron with a 3+ is called iron 3. It's a little bit tricky, and you need to practice it because you're going to see it again and again and again. Oh, look at this puppy. Cr2S3. Okay, Cr. What the heck is that? Oh, it's chromium. There it is again. Sometimes Cr is 3+, chromium 3. Sometimes it's Cr2+, chromium 2. Which chromium is it? Well, I know S is called sulfide. And I know sulfide is a 2- charge. So, and remember, here's what I'm looking for. Is it the 3+ or is it the 2+ chromium? So there's 2 ways I can do this. I could say, well, it's each S is 2-. There's 3 of them. So I got me a little 6- action going on here. Then I could say, well, you know what? That means this side has to be a little 6+ action to balance out the 6-. But there's 2 of them, so each one has to be 3+. That would give me 6+. Remember, you multiply them, and 6-. So it would be the 3+. And so this would be chromium 3 sulfide. But at this point, you might say, it's too much, it's too much. Well, guess what? Look at this. Let's rewrite it. Cr2S3. Reverse crisscross. What? Reverse crisscross? Once I see that that sucker is sulfide with a 2- charge, look, they match 2 to 2. So if this 2- has 2 of these, then the 3 S's means that the Cr is 3+, and it would be chromium 3 sulfide. So you can kind of do a reverse crisscross thing. Just remember that your metal ions, or the first ion in a formula, is always the plus, and the second one's always the negative, the anion. So that's how I know that this is a 2- matching with the 2 here, and the 3+ matching with the 3 there. You can replay that again if you didn't quite follow it the first time, but it's a really handy it's a handy method when you're trying to write the names from the formulas. And now, whoa, wait a minute, it's our surprise guest again, Antoine Lavoisier, the father of modern chemistry, and he is here to warn us. Antoine, why are you warning us? Because, oh my gosh, how are we going to name this one? Calcium, sulfur, oxide, calcium, sulfide. That's what we're going to look about. That's what we're going to look at in our next exciting and final chapter of writing names from the ionic formulas. This is Mr. Flanagan saying, see you for part 3.